Map number 2 on deck here between MIBR and the Evil Geniuses. And well, it's anyone's game now. One map apiece. EG and MIBR. We're at neutral territory, John.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at Inferno for the Evil Geniuses, 16-6 over the last 3 months, plus 63 round differential, their best map, and also the best map for MIBR, 14-3, and a plus 48 round differential over the last 3 months. Here we go. Probably going to see another very tightly contested affair, as was the case on Ancient, which full credit to EG. They don't play the map often. They still gave MIBR a really tough look.
That they did. I mean, could have been closed if it weren't for one very timely BRN multi-frag. Looked like it was going the other way. As it is, Junior looking to start this one off well, but Insani takes the initiative, as he so often does. Finds himself the opener, but George might punish. Needs to. He's lost teammates, he's lost friends, he's lost comrades, and he's lost his own life as well. In towards B, they go, and HexT wins it all himself. A flashbang from Walco, a timely setup between the two of them. And HexT has turned this round on its head. A 4v2 now made it into an even situation, and the bomb ticking away here, John.
Chance for MIBR to get back into it, though. You see Turtle coming up.
They've got no kit, though, John. Got no kit. Past the choke point. Here's on the angle. Player playing back. Just tarked in the dark cubby. Walker's the insurance policy, but he's the one who takes first contact. And now, look whichever way you want. You're going down. Great play from the dynamic duo of HexT and Walco.
Yeah, it's also a fantastic call from Walco, which we're seeing more and more often, it seems, here on Inferno, realizing, okay, there's a lot of presence towards the A site, probably a heavy lean. Let's rotate around, see what we can find at B. And I mean, a lot of it hinges on getting some frags, and HexT delivers 2 of them perfectly, opens up the space, forces the retake to come through. And without those kits available to them, MIBR were just in such a tough spot, and they couldn't do it. Great maneuvering as well from EG in that post point. Now MIBR going to try and full send it down mid. They get one. Can they get a second? No. HexT again gets a 3-piece even on the third. The spray control from this man, and he's already got 6 frags in the first 2 rounds. Turtle, well, there's not much you can say here.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even sure HexT saw the third player.
I don't know.
I think he may have just peeked into the spray.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way to take a commanding start to a map. That's the way to do it. Clean as can be. Only Junior lost here. That bank's going to start out well here for the Evil Geniuses. And, well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered after fumbling the end of Ancient. He did, okay.
Yeah, okay. But if you look at it's that previous matchup on Inferno up against MIBR, that was an upper bracket final. It was very close, 16-14 though, the win for the Evil Geniuses. So they know MIBR's playbook. They know that they can win up against this squad, and I think they need to, honestly, because if they don't come out with victory here, I just feel like it favors MIBR way more with the remaining maps.
Cheeky triple boost. Little Voltron stack here. I was talking about this the other day, John.
Yeah.
But what if they made a Voltron trophy where the trophy breaks apart into 5 pieces or even 6 pieces? So each member of the team gets like a mini version of the trophy, and then if you assemble them all together, it creates one big trophy.
You'd never get to see the full trophy unless you agreed that you would all meet up at a certain point to actually put it together.
Okay. So you make it a 6-part trophy, so that the 6th piece is a mini replica of the trophy that the org can keep or whatever.
Okay.
Just putting that idea out there for free into the world. Sonny, well, thought he had a gun for a moment, but now it's BRN's. And BRN is going to get the heck out of Dodge and keep this gun alive into the future. Rush? Uh-oh, Rush. Thought he spotted the ankle. I actually think there was a gap in that smoke, but apparently not. X-ray might have been deceiving here. The round's not in doubt. They don't have a kit. They don't have armor. They're not going to risk this, but a little bit of extra interest.
Yeah, I mean, certainly that Galil can be hung on to, although it wouldn't surprise me to see MIBR challenge as well, because they can buy up for the next round anyway. Oh, George almost gets caught out. Yeah, round's over. BRN also is done. And only Turtle escapes with said Galil.
Nope.
And no, he doesn't. He blows up. So does George, and so does HexT.
Bomb's tough to get away from now.
It is.
Very tough to get away from. So a bit of a clean sweep. But as you said, the investment's going to come right back through. This is a much more expensive round. This was just USPs. This is a very successful round for MIBR, considering how many guns they took out of the hands of the evil geniuses, how much of a reinvestment they forced. Only one player survives. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's an excellent job. No question. 3-0 for EG, though. MIBR want to end their run, and that's exactly what they did last halves against this squad. And particularly yesterday against ATK, right? We are in, spamming the smoke. It's the right idea. Lots of EG players here that could be connected on. Hex down to 49. I believe that's from some util, though. And you got the lurk, and George just wants to see if he can find something towards A, but as it stands now, he's jumped off of balcony and gone towards top mid, so I think he's just going to reconnect with the rest of his squad as they likely go for a B hit here. Henny, he's going to be a tough opponent, though.
Yeah, there needs to be utility to push him off the angle.
Yes.
Molotov's going to do exactly that. Henny will be backed off. But he's going to challenge this. He's going to risk this just a little bit. See if he can't find that first shot. And the peek back in, he gets two for the price. So what a third! Oh, Henny lining him up, knocking him down. And now BRN can come flying back into the fight. They're stuck. The flank is developing. Two players on the back. They need these kills up front. Walko's delivered one. He could bail them out again. That flashbang was lethal, but he can't catch exit. And they need this bomb planted because two players about to come screaming around the corner from Banana. George, he's ready for it. He's looking for it. He's got both. How on earth do they convert this round?
Oh, goodness me. Two incredible individual efforts back and forth. I mean, I agree. How do you recover after Henny does this? He gets the Colette, then the quickscope. We didn't even see it on the GoTV. He was so fast. And after that, George nails two to the ground. I mean, unreal, because he was really exposed out in the open at the top of Banana, but he hits perfect headshots. Great crosshair placement will do that. And then Walko, well, I mean, he doesn't get finished off by the last player alive for MIBR, and ends up returning the favor again onto the MIBR squad. So, fourth round picked up, even though it looked like MIBR were about to explode for a first.
Ooh. That's a nice find from George. Early on, softening up his sight hold already. Just a quick peek. Not much rate against them, and with that kill, it's probably just about going to determine the round. Can't see MIBR risking much on this retake. Sonny and Henny might just go for exits, but there's little to play for.
Well, you know, just an eco, so you could try, maybe find some frags, but I agree, like, the exits, it's the best strategy to try and find a gun. And you're going to see three of them just sticking around at the top of Banana, in fact, hoping that a hunt comes through and they can pick up a gun. But man, that previous round, I mean, this one just, yeah, great entry from George. He's up to 6 now, but I mean, his performance in that previous one is why they're here and keeping MIBR on a big 0. Ooh, and Sonny's always good for one, isn't he?
He is indeed. Indeed. Nothing he can do with it, though. Certainly no chance to recover. Gone. And I mean, this has been pretty one-sided to start. Evil Geniuses off storming. We've had a couple very close rounds. Walko bailing them out of that last. Bailing them out in the pistol round as well. But the numbers are starting to stack up, and MIBR, they're in a tough place. Now, investment back in. Purchase up. Here's where we need to see him get started.
Molotov Molotov going to get tossed for top of banana here by EG, and Sani tosses the nade back, and a little bit of damage done. Evil Geniuses are not going to be deterred, though. They continue their path towards top mid, and we'll move into bracket immediately. This is actually a pretty fast-paced play from the Evil Geniuses. Don't usually see this, and Sani, though, catches the head of Hex, and now makes it a little bit tough for EG to come through, but they don't stop. Rush gets one back, and now he's going to turn on Henny and find him, but Henny somehow, someway manages to keep the numbers even with a frag before he goes down. But there is Junior with the AWP, singing a nice tune that the EG squad is dancing to right now, and BRN and Exit will have to try to get their way back in.
Oh, Junior's lucky to live. There's no utility on the MIBR side, so getting past these choke points is going to be tough. They do have kits. Position might just be key. He swings. That was a risk, but it pays off. Catches the kill, and in doing so, ends the round. Exit has to concede, has to give this up. And so continues the run of the Evil Geniuses. And 3 players surviving here as well. The bank continues to grow. They're going to have a buy and store at the very least. At this point, MIBR on the back foot, half buying around a rifle once again. They need something. They need to take the initiative here somewhere, John. They can't keep letting these rounds develop.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this in the past. MIBR, the aggression sometimes needs to come through on their CT side of Inferno, but it's not just T side where they play slow. It's both sides of the map. So, yeah, I agree. They need to mix things up. They need to adapt. I would even have said to call a timeout there, which they were not very hesitant to do on the previous map. Used all 4 of them here. I mean, down 6-0 after having lost that 4th one, which is pretty critical. Nothing. HexT is going to get the first frag as well towards top of banana. It's just pistols left now. Bjorn wants to recover the AK off that ground. Is he going to get it? Excuse me, A1S. HexT finds a second, though, and he continues to deny. Insani grabs it, but, I mean, a few challenges. HexT has an edge again. No! Insani finds the head, and now we'll back off.
Kill on a second as well. Rush, why not? Just finding them through the smoke. That's one way to make it easier. Pull the trigger before they can even see you. Another round. Bomb has been planted. Nothing doing for MIBR. All right, so this next round, John, this is where we're going to see the play come back in from MIBR.
Sure.
This is where we need to see them seize the initiative. They're going to have the utility. They're going to have the weaponry. They're going to have everything they could possibly want. What's the silver bullet? What's the guaranteed round as a CT side to at least give yourself a chance to fight and not just get bulldozed on site entry?
Well, I think one thing MIBR has done really well in the past on Inferno in particular is setting up one anchor towards the B site, usually Exit, set them up with a bunch of utility, drop it on the ground, then have 4 players playing for bracket, setting up a pincer crossfire for themselves. I don't know why they haven't run it yet, but that, I think, will be the antidote to what EG is throwing their way right now, at least to give them a much better chance of success.
We saw that a lot last night from ATK, or against ATK, rather.
Yes, against ATK, yeah.
This time it's just like, oh, who wants to try and grab the gun next? Oh, it's a curse. You're dead.
I mean, Insani got one, right? But
yeah, something. But little things to hang your hat on, they're not worth it anymore. We got the op out for Henny. Let's see him take command. Let's see him take control. It's looking like a default. It's a bit of an apartments lean. It's a bit of a short lean here.
No, it's the play I was talking about, Mike. I think they're running it.
Does seem to be the case. Exit's been left alone. BRN's going to come back to support, so it is going to be the 4 stack on towards A. Let's see if it catches EG off guard. They're not going A.
No, yeah.
At least not initially. Double apartments, this still could be on. But the thing is, if you waterfall out halls, kind of the ideal counter. Sani positioning himself to deal with this. Got back in towards pit. EG having shown some presence. Now they start to take top banana. It is their want to do. Retaining some control on both sides. Focusing A again. BRN was about to float off, but this utility's pulled him back in. Here comes the peek. There's the frag. And no trade. No trade. Junior will get one back, but it's advantage MIBR. For the first time, it feels in a long, long while. MIBR looking at a potential round win. 25 seconds rotation back towards B. This is now going to be very hasty. They've got no smoke for the cross. They're just going to have to try and rock through and click heads. An exit is on the line. He's taking the first. Traded out on the next. Utility sailing in. Junior knows he has to brave the cross, but he's got the shot and time enough. Time enough for the plant.
Wow.
No, this can't fall apart. This would be the ace from Junior. And he's going to have the right read about where they're coming from. Needs to reload. Only one in the op right now. Only one bullet. Has he been able to get a fresh magazine in there? It would require him coming off the scope. He's got the first shot, but no, he has to reload. Fortunately for him, they're not on the defuse. Henny, he's got the kit. He's just going to stick it. He's just going to stick it. No. And Henny finally gets a round on the board. The ace still comes through from Junior. There are no survivors, but MIBR at least will crack that goose egg on the scoreboard.
Junior thought it was a fake defusal, so he hung back. Henny, I mean, they barely squeaked through a round. Yes, you make it 7-1, but look at the money. Everyone died. The buy-up's going to be really, really poor versus EG, who have tons built up after that 7-round run. Junior, that was just fantastic shooting. Just unbelievable stuff to isolate every single fight, and just short of clutching out the ace and giving his team an 8th round. But wow, that's... Whew. It's the worst way you can win a round, I think, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so. A lot of utility up here, but the SMGs as well. And for MIBR, this one's going to be twisting their guts with tension. Full anxiety on getting the aggression. Flashbang's good, but Hex trades himself out in the flames. A little bit of early advantage, and BRN's going to be able to get an upgrade off of it, so it's not bad by any measure. Henny under pressure, slips, evades again. A lot of damage. Challenging the smoke. Was hoping, praying that George had turned his vision, but no. So the kill just given over, the bold play punished, and an advantage for the evil geniuses. And no one on B. Junior's just holding this line.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the re-peek.
Oh, there it is. He gets on beer. I was going to say, Mike, I mean, even if they get that shot, they could still rotate back to the B site. EG, that's one thing you got to give them credit for on Inferno. When they manage the clock well, they look so very effective, especially when they get those good rotates. But now with that frag found, I mean, they're going to move in.
It feels like they've been a lot pacier this game.
Yes.
Just in terms of when they're taking the contact, right? I mean, part of it is that the confidence is flowing now. It's looking good on them. They detected presence. Problem is now, the bomb can cancel, but it better cancel quick. They've realized that both are here. Junior hits a ripper of a shot. Has to hold the line, and it's a full sprint for Rush to try and get towards that bomb site. And Exit has just now realized what's going on.
Yeah, they have time.
They do indeed. Not a lot of it. Not a lot of it. But they have time. Could not have hesitated a couple more seconds, or this would have been disaster. But as it is, Exit in a clutch. Has a kit, has no utility. All about the gun here. So Exit, creeping around the corner, trying to identify the first spot. As soon as he meets that crosshair, well, Rush goes ahead of it, takes the initiative himself, and EG immediately punish MIBR.
This is the problem for MIBR. You know, you barely shut down Junior on the previous map, but he's just been so very scary, so effective throughout these playoffs. Now he's awoken. And he's got 10, 2 fantastic frags coming through from him again. 8-1 for EG. Round win isolated from MIBR, and their economy again is just so bad. They opt for the eco. It's going to be 4 pistol upgrades, 2 players with body armor, and 3 pieces of util. A couple of them already used. In fact, there was a little bit more drop on the ground. Excuse me. They do that a lot for exit outside of banana. But yeah, still 3 smokes left, I believe, for them to utilize. Outside of that, not much. EG are controlling the flow of play at every single turn.
Walker tags his teammate up a little bit. Just a little bit of friendly accidental tap damage. Give him a splinter. Methodical is this one. Top banana control starting to be taken. Hex has got it. Even goes for the poke around. It's maybe a little risky. He wants that control, and he's got it now. Bit by bit, they're creeping in, but they could be poking. Triple setup here right now. George. On the line towards short. The wrap around Moto makes this a little bit easier. And they are crunching in towards A. So it's just you. It's just pistols. Unarmored pistols on most of these players. What can they do? 20 seconds. Starting to get nervous about this clock. This could be a little frisky. Insani connects one, but the site player's gone, and so they can leave Insani in pit. They can plant this bomb down, and they won't even give him the time of day.
That's perfect. You know, if you're going to run it down to less than 20 seconds, you've got to execute absolutely without any flaws, and that's what EG do. They hit pretty much everything. Hex goes down, sure, but 4 players left alive. Economy built up even further. Junior's on 10K, which would be way more than that once this bomb explodes, and 9-1 for EG. We did see a very big lead slip away from MIBR on Ancient, which led to a 14-16 result in favor of MIBR still, though. But EG win a critical one right before this, and then now they have a 9th in their favor, looking to hit double digits.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about a lot of the Ancient rounds is like, yeah, MIBR were holding on, right? We had a couple of those early on here on Inferno. It's not looked like that for a while, though, John.
No.
The MIBR not really taking the initiative in a lot of these rounds, not really asserting themselves, and their standard holds just aren't delivering the goods. So we'll go back to the 3-2. No. All right, they're just going to leave BRN here alone this time. The nade finds him. Bit of attack damage up. A nade exchange on. But it is going to force Exit back over to try and help out his teammate. The amount of firepower that was expended top banana. But that might be on notice. They're retaking the space. This is going to be an engagement top banana, it looks like. Nice shot
nice
onto
nade.
Walco.
That's a nade.
Good value. All unconfirmed. But for the time being, EG have been denied all information.
Still being very patient. They're looking around, hunting through the apartments, hoping to find someone, and now you're going to see a link-up happen between Rush and George. Smoke going to get tossed here. I think they're just trying to fake the execute onto the A site and throw a bunch of utility and then pop into B. That is absolutely the plan with only 41 seconds left. Do they pull anyone over? I mean, MIBR's thinking about going. You see 2 players. They're leaning away from the site. EG's getting exactly what they want, but now they need to hit the shots once they actually go for the proper execute. Both players move away from the site proper. Now they're getting the rotator long. Exit, though. He's by his lonesome. Walco's already isolated his teammate. Exit with a shot, and he gets the second too. Walco trades him out 3v3 as the evil geniuses will at least secure bomb plant, but it is in doubt now.
They need to get George activated. He's so late on this. He was expecting some sort of rotation through for mid, but now he's just not near his teammates. Needs to get an accelerator a couple times before. Pressure on, a clear out on the healthy player, Walco. Rather, he was the wounded one.
Yes.
Mixing up my numbers right. Here comes the motion. Junior wants the initiative, but it's all on George. Really a chance on this retake, and Turtle
Oh.
seals the deal. Not a bullet lands after the bomb goes down, and MIBR, for them, finally a chance to get going here on Inferno, a chance to actually keep some bodies alive at that.
I mean, the damage done by Exit was massive. He gets Hex down for the count. Before that, I think Walco might have been hit by some utility, so he's down to below 20 HP. And I mean, look, great work to help the rest of his team go in, get that retake effectively, and give MIBR a second round. Still, EG keep the economy very healthy. It already was, but a bomb plant helps that even further. And they're going to have the op and the 4 AKs once more. Junior finally missing a beat there onto Henny. So that op duel is going to be something to watch as this map progresses here. MIBR, they need the rounds, and at least they're finally getting something going.
Top banana lost. There's utility to retake it. Might be able to. For now, they're just going to try and stall things out. They're drawing the third rotator over, and Sonny. We need to support or maybe just share some nades. EG. Working both sides of the map. El Clasico here. Oh, but Rush is a crazy position. He slipped into Arch. He's not been spotted on it. And Sonny will have just cleared back the other way. And Sonny's making a lot of noise. Rush wants to punish this. Peek out, and Sonny toying with it. And he's got the read. Rush with the kill as well. Now they've got A section off. Not going to be a lot of time again. So the pit position for Turtle could be huge. There's Henny and Turtle who need this crossfire to work out, and it doesn't do anything.
Wow.
The bomb is down, and MIBR, they just cannot build at all.
That is so tough. Evil geniuses continue to just play this methodical counter-strike against MIBR, and they're not deviating from their plan of action at all, which has to be frustrating for the Brazilian squad because they can't figure it out. They can't get evil geniuses down for the count. Now EG's hunting. They want the rest of the frags. Why not? You've got the money. It's flowing. BRN waiting over at New Box. They're not going to clear it. Yes, they do. Hex finds the headshot. Exit. Probably dead to rights. And yes, he is. Junior is the one to deliver that final blow. 10-2 for EG. Nothing saved over from MIBR. This is quickly turning into a rout.
Not what I expected from Inferno, John.
No, no.
I know this is the Geniuses map pick, and I know they're good at it, but holy calzone, this is not what we expected. I mean, MIBR staring down double digits, realizing that they realistically need to win every remaining round in this half if they're going to make a game of this. They're going to eco here. Henny's gone for the hero AWP. So he's got the big green. There's not a lot behind it. Trust the Deegs to net them something. And, I mean, they are dangerous. Ordinarily, I'd respect this buy from MIBR, but it's just been lackluster. BRN sitting on 1 kill.
That is
astounding. Just had no impact. Been bullied here. And they switch things up. They're trying to change positioning, maybe just to get him activated. He's playing with the AWP. They wanted to bring the AWP into bear. And now they're forming the stack. Have got the AWP up on the half wall. Okay, there's the detection. It's the big green. And he's got it on banana. EG now thinking, did we forget about the economy? Did we lose track here? How do they have an AWP? Sonny gone.
bye-bye.
Another upgraded gun out of play. And Junior connects on the AWPer. Now B is wide open from the taking. It forces a rotation out from BRN, even if just to retrieve that gun. But Junior's got a watch on it. He's got a bead on it. He's going to punish anyone who would like to get their hands on its mighty power.
And look at MIBR. They think, well, probably going to go B. We got to stack something, right? Let's gamble. Wrong gamble. Everyone for EG is waiting A.
It's kind of the right gamble, though, because they'll likely be able to get that op. I know, 2-10 down.
That is...
It sucks to have to make that decision, but... it might be their best chance to at least fight for 4.
Jeez. That's on their minds, fine, but EG's chasing. They're going to have to still get the frags against EG to save that AWP. If they even go for it.
Yet.
I think they're expecting someone to be watching still, which is not necessarily something I blame them for, given they're still 5 alive. And yeah.
Now they're making a move. Now they're making a move to the AWP. The flashbang should put the back on notice. There's the gun. Can it live, John? The one thing you don't want to do if you're EG is accidentally give them 2 extra rifles to play with. So be a bit careful in this hunt. First one down and out of play. ERN not spotted, but Rush is wary. And this flashbang. Oh, no. So lethal. Nothing lives through. There is no mercy in the bodies of the evil geniuses today.
Yeah, that's why I question the logic behind going for the op instead of trying to take a fight onto the site. You would have had a better chance of having impact if you deny evil geniuses space on A. Yeah. I mean, it's a gamble. I understand. If Evil Genius decide to go to the B site, at least you have 3 players there. But yeah, 11-2. MIBR, they've got another buy-up, but they can't get that op back up. Henny has to settle for the MP9. And for all intents and purposes, Junior's already won the op battle here in this first half of action on the T side, which is not easy to do. And he's already warmed up to go on the defensive end. I think the question becomes, how many rounds of the last 2 can MIBR secure for themselves?
Jump on the half wall and slaughter. Walco traded. 2 for 1 at least, but BRN's no good, very bad day continues. Sonny finds George. So the A-lurk is gone. George was trying to slip the gap to split B. And you've still got exit on an island. He'll tuck into the dark corner, but no one is rotating to help him. There's no utility for him.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for exit. He's proven to be quite resilient, though, even without utility in the past when he's been challenged on this B site. Let's see if he can do it again.
He gets mollied, he's done.
Yeah,
he's getting mollied, forced out. Exit has to swing. He's a goner, and the bomb's going down. So now with the numbers punched in, with the time ticking down, pressure on again for MIBR. At this point, they have to make the attempt. They need the rounds. It's just not enough to play for. But Turtle, trying to set up some utility, winds up smoking themselves off.
Yeah, because Junior took him down right when he was throwing it.
That's a bit of a tragedy. The flashbang's so good. EG are just always a step ahead. MIBR being led around by their noses. And Henny, at least, will claim his back. But a 1v1, time expiring. Henny has to save. In an impossible situation, he has to back away and concede 12.
With all the money in the bank, a really disciplined play from Junior. Because he has the AWP and says, I could go for the fight. I'm really feeling it this time. And there's no reason not to send Henny down, who has an A1S in his hands. But if you lose, Henny could grab the op and maybe get away with it. That bomb radius is really scary. So I don't know. I love the call from Junior. I guess what I'm saying, 12-2 in favor of EG, and you deny that AWP or a chance of it for the CT side.
At this point, every call feels right. I don't think they can do any wrong here on Inferno. Feels like the most one-sided affair we've seen against MIBR, maybe in the history of the league, of their time in the league, at least.
I would agree with that. And definitely this season. I mean, that goes without question. They have not been down 13-2. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Assuming with the buy-up that it'll be that final score. But even 12-3, it's not happened.
It's astonishing. masterclass being shown from the geniuses right now. Just pulling the rotation, striking the light sight. Rush, that's bold. One. Oh, he might get a second as well. And he didn't even realize he was out. How?
No way,
He ran
no
out
way.
of bullets, or he would have had more. And it still might be. And Sonny's stuck here at Moto. They've got him on the line. And Junior reading this all. Insani stuck. Can't escape. One bullet will do him in. He's found the damage, though, but he is so low.
EG needs the bomb. They don't have it.
40 seconds. Time is an issue here. They're just going for the kill now. Time is a big issue here. But Sonny's not going to expect a player to have slipped in towards the library. He's scoping up on the AWP, and the kill comes through. Walco confirms it. A dominant half. Pure and utter domination. There's no other word for it here, John.
Oh, no question. And I mean, even at the end, Resh doing a 360, pretty much jumping out of the apartments, dodging bullets, hitting two, almost a third. And like you said, if he didn't run out of bullets in his magazine, then he probably would have had it. What a play from him and Evil Geniuses. Utter dominance. Not what we expected, but this is a masterclass on Inferno for them on their T side as we head to a quick break.
A dominant half. 13-2. MIBR blown out of the water. I didn't expect this loading into the map, but this one might be done before we barely got started, John.
I mean, it kind of leaves you almost speechless, right? It's just, we've never seen MIBR dismantled like that, but every single call EG made was phenomenal. It's, I mean, I don't even think we've seen EG play a T side that well. That was ridiculous. All the pieces coming together at a perfect time here in these grand finals. Map number 2, tied 1-1 thanks to the map advantage EG had coming from that upper bracket. Now, oh, Wildco's got the flag. He's got 3, looking for a 4th. Finally, he goes down, but it's too late. The bomb is dropped. Turtle, the last one standing. It's another perfect round almost here from EG. They just need to take down Turtle, and there it is, 14-2. Oh, my goodness.
Picking right up where they left off. Picking right up where they
Yes.
left off, and it's such a commanding pistol that Junior even saves a Molotov. He just doesn't have to throw it. Commanding is just the only word to describe it. I mean, this is mind-blowing. Really. Yep. The last time these two teams met in the upper bracket, 16-14. EG Black won the map on Inferno, but a 16-14. It was close as can be. Normally, in that kind of a rematch, you almost give the edge to the team that lost. But here, anything but. Evil Geniuses have taken what they learned from that matchup, and they are bullying. George gets flashed, apparently by Walco. Into a Molotov he goes, and out of the round he will end.
Yeah, I guess they had to make a mistake at some point, so they're like, oh, let's get out of the way here. Up against the pistols.
Well, let's see if MIBR can capitalize. Because these are pistols with weapons behind them. BRN's caught the next. Suddenly, he's starting to look a little shaky. Junior dinked on that fight. He's able to get away, but toe shots from the Tech Nines will be enough now. And Hex gets caught on the other side of the map. They could just leave. They could just leave. Junior's got 2 health. And he's got to try and find 2 kills. A point of health for each player. How do you even face this? Gonna try on the smoke fade. That was a desperation play, but he needed something cheeky if that was gonna work out. So MIBR punish immediately on the second half, and now we get to have a game.
But yeah, that's a mistake by Evil Geniuses. A couple, in fact. The first, of course, being that George walked into a Molotov and was flashed by his teammate and goes down to the molly. The second is just challenging a little too aggressively towards Banana afterwards. Junior, yes, he gets 1 frag, but he goes down to 2 HP and on life support. Once Hex goes down on the other side, MIBR literally can go anywhere they'd like. So let's see. Evil Geniuses, though, they got the pistols and the force buy. They're charging up, trying to throw a loop into the plant of MIBR, and Walco could get himself a second, but finally it's calmed down. Still a 4v3 advantage for EG, and they continue to press. MIBR have to be careful to decide to go through this smoke.
He's desperately trying to find back a player, and that's not going to happen. George putting him on notice. Keep them from testing him. MIBR, this has got to be a little bit of panic setting in.
Oh, yeah.
George jump spotting.
Yes.
He's got no util to slow this down, but he's just trying to sell it. There might be presence here. Could bring a rotation over. I like this read from MIBR. Having spotted the player, they're actually fading further into this. Guessing that EG will hope for the rotate. And it is the right idea. George. She got a little heat for us. This could be done, but look, the rotation's already on. Having seen nothing towards mid. Now George confirms the presence. The flank is going to be here. They might even find some weapons on the way if they haven't been disposed of, and they have not. Oh my. There's a rifle behind now.
They're pincer too.
Boost up onto the flower plots late. Is this being watched for? Is this being checked for? Not at all. Damage done from Rush. 1.5 found. It's all onto Henny, and he is low. Finds the first, just trying to confirm the bomb plant. But he's running low on time as well. He's going to actually have to commit to this C4. And now they're going to come sailing on in. Need a little bit of cover off this smoke, but collect it immediately off. And MIBR, their woes continue. Their nightmare is without end.
Oh, goodness gracious me. You just pull off a fantastic eco round. You capitalize on the mistakes EG make, and then EG say, you know what? It's the forced buy war time. Even with this huge lead, they do not want to give MIBR anything. And Walco, with that 2K supported by George, really makes things difficult for the MIBR side. And then I don't know, Mike.
What a way to find map point. It's like every time MIBR feel like they're getting a little bit more of a grip on this one, EG just kick them in the teeth.
They take it up another notch. It never ends.
It never seems to end. But fortunately for MIBR, it may end after just one more round. They're, at this point, I think, thinking, get us the heck off of Inferno. 12 rounds in a row required. Very little to work with in this. The first of many needed to bring the map back. Here's the face. There's the slaughter. 2 players down right off the jump. They do not survive first contact, and MIBR was already looking like an abysmal opportunity. Well, it does see Junior maybe get a little bit hasty here. Making a move without his teammates present. It might just lure them back up into a crossfire. There's the face through the smoke. Gotta make a play. Well, Turtle finds a kill. The bomb is now in the grasp of George.
How do you get this back? I think you give a gun to Exit unless he finds one. Because he's got more health here. Is that what's on their minds?
Trying to do.
Yeah.
Little exchange here on the sidearms. But I mean, even if they grab this bomb, they'll have to take it towards A. Presumably. And Hex will be waiting. There's layers to this defense. 25 seconds. 20. Might just run out of time.
There's no way. Yeah.
Could be the most MIBR way to lose this. Go backing off. It's dropped. I think the time has done it, and Hex will do a kindness, a mercy kill right at the end there. MIBR absolutely demolished. Nothing could break their way, and this was Evil Geniuses in control from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, they got that force buy through right on the MIBR side after losing.